Hello everyone. Welcome to 17 creepiest things children have said. I don't know how creepy this can be. I have never heard children say creepy stuff before unless it's more scary than I can ever imagine, but let's see how creepy these little toddlers have said, but let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Number
There are 3
17.
dead kids buried in our backyard. They told me where we could find them.
What?
My daughter had an imaginary friend named Sally. She told me once about how Sally was in jail for chopping her mother's head off.
Oh my god.
One night, I was babysitting my friend's children. The youngest, who was about 5 years old, drew a picture of a woman hanging from the ceiling. She looked up at me and said, "She told me to draw this. She's coming for you. Hide."
Mm. See, like, okay, look. I don't mean to be rude, but that's just creepy, okay? I know that's just creepy. It's really creepy. And that giggling noise too. That's not even funny. That's really creepy. That's so creepy.
I was looking after my little cousin in Montana one night, and he started telling me about the creeper man who lives in his mom and dad's bedroom. He brings it up after he visits them. I made the mistake once of asking what he looks like. He said, "Oh, he doesn't have a face." I once babysat a girl named Sarah who used to love when I babysat. I know this because her mom used to tell me how she always requested me over the others. But Sarah took it a step further one evening and said, "When you die, I want to put you in a glass jar so I can keep you and see you forever."
Dude!
I lost my boyfriend to a stray bullet a few months back, and when I went to visit his little cousin for a few days after it happened, he came up to me while I was crying. He asked me why I was crying, and so I told him that I missed my boyfriend. He gets this confused look on his face and then says, "Why? He's sitting on the front porch."
Bro, my heart is skipping so many beats just now when I made this mistake, dude. Children have got to stop this stuff, man. Children have not. They cannot be saying this stuff, man. Oh, God.
I was cuddling my friend's 3-year-old son, and he said, very seriously, "I promise I won't ever chew on your bones. I promise."
That's not even funny.
After tucking him in, he said, "I'd never killed anybody. They didn't have to take my arm. But the ground was all covered in my blood." A few years ago, I was babysitting a friend's daughter. They lived in an apartment with a big patio window. She walked up to the glass door leading out to the patio and stared motionless into the night for several minutes. Shortly after, she runs into my arms saying, "Scary, too scary." She wouldn't let me put her down and demanded that I hold her and rock her for the next half hour. Eventually, she started repeating over and over, "The dark coming inside now. The dark coming inside now."
Dude, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Number 7 wasn't that creepy. Number. I think that one wasn't that creepy. It was a little. That's okay. It's not too scary.
My friend and I were babysitting her 4-year-old cousin one night, and she really believed in all that reincarnation stuff and decided to test out her theories on her little cousin. She began asking him questions that he didn't quite understand, but then stated it simply, "What were you before?" He replied that he was a conductor and waved his hands in the motion that a conductor would. The problem with this was that the little boy was born blind. I watched a few kids while their parents were at a movie. I put the youngest kid to bed and watched TV till the parents came home. The next day, the parents called. According to the 4-year-old kid, I stood in the doorway and stared at him for a very long time, smiling. I was so confused and didn't know what to say. My little nephew used to talk about a woman who would visit his room at night. He said she wore a red dress, that her name was Franny, and that she would sing to him, and that she floats. I was looking after Jack, a 5-year-old, who said a man named Jacob who was dressed like a lumberjack was sitting next to me on the couch. He must have seen the shock in my face and said, "Don't worry, he doesn't have any arms." I was heading to the bathroom on the second floor of my aunt's house when I saw my cousin April on the stairs. April was 4 and very animated. She was busy making funny faces while sitting on the stairs. I asked her what she was doing. She said, "I'm copying the lady with the braid." I looked around. There was no one else but us. I asked, "Where is the lady, April?" She pointed to a beam running parallel to the stairway. I asked April, "What is the lady doing?" She said, "Making funny faces." I smiled and started walking up the stairs again when April said something that stopped me in my tracks. "Her braids is around her neck." I turned back and asked April to repeat herself. April pointed. "The lady is hanging by her braid. She's making funny faces." Then April started making a face which I then realized was someone gasping for air. My niece is 4 and talks about her older sister constantly. She's always talking to her too. She's an only child and has no idea her mother had a previous pregnancy a few years back that was a midterm loss. 2 years ago, I was looking through my elementary school yearbook with my 5-year-old cousin when we were at a page with the 2nd grade class. She pointed to a boy's photo and said, "That looks just like Nicholas." When I asked who Nicholas was, she just said, "The boy in my closet," and kept on looking through the pictures.
Just to let y'all know, that is one of my names, but I'm not him. And that's a creepy one too.
A few years ago, I was putting my friend's daughter to bed for the night. She was about 3 at the time, and she was fighting about going to sleep. She asked me why she had to go to bed, and I said, "Because it's late and it's time for little girls to get a good night's rest." She then pointed at nothing across the room and said, "What about that little girl?"
Okay, done. I'm out. Done. I'm done. Here's what I'm gonna say. Kids, please don't say creepy things like that. Please don't. Like, I'm seriously just begging you right now to not say creepy stuff like that. But, I hope you guys enjoyed, and this was the creepiest I've ever experienced. Definitely made a mistake watching this, but I tried. It was good, but mostly creepy though. Peace, and have a nice day.